told me that your love was strong. Now you tell me that your love has gone. Run away into another man and my hope starts to fade. Oh, you said I was the only...
Welcome back to Living on the Edge, a programme based on adventure, nature and live music.
As my love turns to hate, well, how can I move on? There is no beauty in the setting sun. How can I move on as my love turns to hate? Yeah, how can I move on? Yeah, ever after didn't last too long. How can I move on as my love turns to hate?
At only 45-minute drive away from Gibraltar, we find this little Andalusian gem. Offering a wide variety of activities, Tarifa has become a hotspot for over 20,000 tourists during the summer season, creating a rich, diverse culture.
Now I'm thinking how you never cared and my love turns to hate. Well, I'm thinking of the kids we'd have. They call you mama and they call me dad. And every moment is a dream gone bad as my love turns to hate. Well, how can I move on? Yeah, ever after didn't last too long.
Kite surfers, adrenaline junkies, hippies, and those just looking for rest and relaxation flock here to enjoy the wonders that this magical town has to offer.
How can I move on as my love turns to hate? Oh, you told me that your love was strong. Now you tell me that your love has gone. Run away into another man, my hope starts to...
So take a seat, put your feet up, and enjoy as the journey continues.
Different song. And this loneliness I can't go on as my love turns to hate. As my love turns to hate. And my love turns to hate. And my love turns to hate.
I fell in love with summer. The warmth of the sun on my skin, the smell of the sea, the sound of the waves as they caress the shore, the beach.
Hey everyone, this is Andy.
Hi, how you doing?
Where are we, Andy?
We are today sitting in Trip Player, Desayuno. And then we're on our way to do some mountain biking in Los Alcornocales. A nice little technical track I know there, and then some climbing in Bologna. With these guys.
Hopefully we're going to stay on the bicycles today.
Well, let's hope so.
This natural park is one of the largest cork oak forests in the world. With high levels of flora and animal biodiversity, it's a must-see for any person seeking to relax in nature. Andy decides to take us on a much more technical mountain biking route. I'm scared.
Mostly it's fast-flowing single track with a few little drop-offs and some steep...
Yeah, what does a little drop-off mean?
Little drop-off like this.
Okay.
And some steep sections with some rock.
Okay.
And a bit of carrying.
Uh-huh.
A bit of carrying the bike as well,
Uh-huh.
but not much.
We might carry more than you do.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a big old dirty coal train cruising on down the hill. And no one's driving, the cargo is ready to spill. Well, Oliver O'Malley never steal a train off the tracks. But that's before old death came along, stole his heart right out of his back, right out his back. Well, the engine men keep shoveling coal onto the fire. And as the flames lick at their necks, they're sweating with desires and hopes to see.
After my little tantrum, I have a word with our director, Ruiz. I let him know that I'm worried about the level of difficulty.
Well, bones, 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 hear 'em creak and hear 'em groan, nothing but a meat throne. But all their secrets ain't shown. One day when they had enough, and the rest of us is dust. How they'll rattle, how they'll shake, when the weight they'll never break. Ooh, well, you never laughed or had the fun of a dancing skeleton. Bones, 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 bones.
I just came off my bike. I got a little bit ahead of myself. If you look behind Liana, where that rock is, I tried a bit of a jump. Even though the cameras weren't going, luckily I had this going. And I just hit the edge of the track and tried to turn back onto it, but the way it looked to me is that my tire just disappeared beneath like all this soft stuff, which actually thankfully it is the way it is, and I really thankfully didn't hit any rocks. I just got a little bloodied up, just tiny bits. It gave me this horrible tan line too. I blame it on the fall. And but luckily if I hit a rock or anything, I could have a broken wrist or whatever, so we're gonna take it easy today.
Well, death lurks in the corner, enjoying all our plans. His crooked grin is full of sin and punctual demand. The rusted black rake lever won't budge and it won't slip. And while O'Malley holds it tight, no life inspires his grip. Yeah. Well, the train's accelerating and the tracks ahead they bend. The sweetest little valley town, cold bitter in its end. 2 birds are killed with 1 stone, old Grimm's a practice shot. A quick swipe took O'Malley's heart and 100 souls are caught.
It's just beautiful out there. I can't believe how amazing those mountain ranges are and everything.
I must say, Andy, you are an absolute warrior. There are so many points in this place where I've had to get off the bike. Like,
Most of the places.
here's
really.
where you can see the proper girl in me. Like, I'm good on 2 wheels if they're that fat and got an engine in between them. But the minute you put me on rocky roads, on thin tyres, I'm like a fish out of water. It's been
You did well.
a bit shocking. But it's good. It's good to sort of knock my ego into place once in a while. I think it's done me a lot of
Yeah,
good.
it's put you in your challenge,
Yeah.
out of your comfort zone.
Tell you one
this
thing,
is
I'm
quite a
tempted
technical
to buy a bike now.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I can't have something that I'm so scared of. Like, I've really got to sort this out.
It's one of them sports, the more you do it, the better you
I
get.
look like a 2-year-old on the bike. It was terrible, man. I was wobbling about so much.
Get you a tricycle.
Stabilizers.
Yeah, that's what I thought at times. I thought either fatter tyres or stabilisers.
I just love the fact that you can just be in an area like this on your own or with friends and get complete shut off, you know. And when you're riding a fast course, you don't think about anything else but what's in front of
It's
you.
like meditation, yeah?
I suppose it's not, like, unless you're as good as you are, which, it's not really recommendable to be doing a lot of stuff like this.
No. This is quite a high level route. There are so many routes you can do, like long cross country routes on quite big bridle ways that go on for miles through perfect scenery, which are really safe with no technical difficulties at all.
Even the track out here that we came in and basically that we biked in on that road, and that was a gorgeous ride.
You could have that for 50 kilometers if you wanted.
Yeah.
It has it all here, all types of difficulty.
So you
That
can kind of
sounds more
like
right.
meet your level of ability or
You can.
challenge yourself as much as you want with a bike. Yeah.
Living on the edge means to me is putting yourself in fairly extreme situations, being in the wilderness, and testing yourself as you know, as a sort of a personal journey, really, a personal journey on how far you can push yourself and still find it enjoying. You know, that's what I like about it. But obviously, never go into the red too much, because at the end of the day, you want to enjoy it.
Right on.
You know, and you want to walk away.
Andy knows how to finish a ride in style. He has a great surprise for us.
It's octo pie, 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 pie. Octo pie, 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 pie.
Really nice spot for a break, Andy.
How'd you like the bike ride?
Oh, it's good. It's tiring. Thanks for bearing with me.
That's okay, no worries.
I'm very excited about what we're going to do next, though.
It's more up your alley.
Yeah, it's well more up my alley.
Then back in the case of an attack, they're intelligent. They know what has been meant and they can see very well with their eyes.
On our way to Bologna, home away from home. Definitely one of my favourite spots.
Okay, so what is bouldering exactly?
It's climbing without ropes, but figuring out different types of problems of different severity of climbing on a boulder.
Okay.
And the boulders can vary in height, and you use a boulder mat for protection if you fall off.
So as opposed to rock climbing where you're trying to get to the top and bouldering, you're just kind of going in circles.
No, you get to the top. You get to the top as well.
Okay.
You almost always top out at the top.
Oh, octo pie, 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 pie. Octo pie. Octopus, octo pie.
which is a bouldering area near Bologna, near the Roman ruins, just up from Tarifa. So we've got the sea over here, we've got Sahara over there, and we're surrounded by beaches. And this is an undiscovered area for bouldering. So people stumbled across it, locals who are climbing, and have just been amazed by the size of it. Many people think it may even rival the extensiveness of Fontainebleau in France, which is the world's most famous bouldering area.
Wow.
And it's only about 10%, 20% probably been climbed on.
Yeah.
So it's totally new sport for Tarifa in this whole area.
Wow. Yeah.
So we're lucky.
Yeah. It's a very up and coming sport anyway, you know,
Yeah.
wherever you go.
And in cities now, bouldering is now outpacing climbing as a sport. It's actually, I think, it's the largest urban sport now in London.
Yeah.
Well, it's cheaper, I suppose.
You don't need all the equipment.
The
no.
rope's quite
And it's
dear.
social.
Yeah.
So rather with climbing, where you have one person holding the rope and it takes a lot of time to set up, climbing is extremely sociable. You get often groups of 10 people meeting up, throwing down mats.
Yeah.
People you've never met before join in. You end up almost having like a party atmosphere as you, one after another, take it and turn on problems.
And it's an incredible workout for the body, you know. It's better than going to the gym, really.
I'm
Less
feeling
boring.
quite out of shape at the moment,
Yeah.
so it's a bit late.
You won't when you leave.
We've been overdoing it. No, that's the problem. It's the fact that I've been working out that's made me feel out of shape. It's terrible.
Yeah, but when anything in bouldering, we try and avoid excuses, because it's negative. Yeah, you got to think, I'm going to make it. I'm going to climb to the top.
We're going to be great.
If you start by saying gravity's going to get the better of me, you will not leave the ground. Well, the essential equipment for bouldering is obviously the person, rock boots, and a chalk bag. The chalk is a magnesium carbonate, which removes moisture from the fingers. So when you're gripping the rock, if you have too much moisture, your fingers just slip off. The sweat is created between the fingers and the rock, but with chalk, you get a much better grip. This is a bouldering mat, and it's designed to dissipate the energy of a fall. So when you land on it, it spreads the impact across the mat. There's two different types of mat. This one is a very stiff type of rubber on the top with a very soft rubber underneath, soft foam, a stiff foam on top and a soft foam underneath. Whereas this mat here is a much softer design, which is good, which is a softer type of foam and an even softer type underneath. So this type of mat is very good if you're doing something across a roof and you like to fall on your back. This one gives you a more spread and comfortable impact, whereas this one here is much better if you're falling from a much higher height, as if it's too soft, your feet will actually go through and would feel that underneath, for example. And that's the equipment. And there's one final thing you should always have in bouldering, and that's a spotter. So if I'm here with somebody else, they actually, if you fall, they try and ensure that your head and back are kept off rocks. So if I land here and fall backwards, the person would just support me and stop me from ending up impaled.
Good. Another foothold underneath, and you can branch across this other foothold, hand over hand, which is quite good. And another hill.
Andy demonstrates how to tackle a bouldering problem. Looks like fun. I sit here amazed at how easy he makes it look.
All the time to keep you in balance.
Without you, we're alright.
Let's see how Simon deals with the problem.
Heel up here. Just do it all on the heel and the arms. That's it. That's it. And then bring the heel up again to here. That's it. Lock it in. That's it. Very well. That's it. Let's see, get the heel on the heel so it's a lot of the weight off. Yeah? And that's it.
My baby's face, my baby's face, it is so nice, it is so nice. It lets me feel good when I don't feel good. It's paradise,
Okay, so my fitness levels aren't what they used to be. I'm not nearly as graceful as Andy, but hey, I make it to the top.
They wrap around me when I am lonely. Yes, it's a treat. Well, if it was by Molly, I said let there be love. If it was half pint, I'd get my Lord up above. If it was Mike Tyson, I would look for a fight. If it was a king of rock, I would be staying up all night. If I was, I'd rock the way you stupid dumb. My rhymes with volume, I'd be comfortably numb. Ba-tum. Well, if I had a shotgun, know what I'd do? Well, I'd point that shit straight at the sky, shoot heaven on down for you. Well, the bars are always open, and time is always right. And if God's good word goes unspoken, well, music lasts all night. And
We're having a little go at bouldering. I'm usually quite into climbing. This is it does have a very different set of techniques, as we can see now. If you check out what Simon's doing, obviously he's not tied in, and he's using a lot more, he's using the heel at the back there. Oh, there we go. And it's a lot more friction holds. I'm not used to the friction holds.
Now Andy's having to use quite a lot of core strength here, so he's having to hold his body quite rigid, otherwise his arse would just drop down to the ground. Whereas now he's using closed hand strength, the hand more like this, different muscles. And now if I remember rightly, he's using every bit of strength.
well, I want a lover who can't find the time. I want a reason, but I can't find the rhyme. I want some static, but I can't afford. Like I tripped up, fell over, now I'm off my skateboard. Nowadays, you do as you please. You're strapped with protection, you're strapped with disease. Well, ribbons and tatters, it all was a matter when I looked at her, but I still wanted to.
We arrive at the old town by night. The streets are buzzing with live music, good food, and an amazing party atmosphere. This is Tarifa's nightlife.
She could laugh, she could love, she could flirt off my shirt. And I said from the start, I said this one will hurt. Well, Jess, you done what the
I've hurt my hand, so I decide to give kite surfing a miss. Simon will be taking over. And no, this is not an excuse for a hangover.
I need it. I mean, it's on the blood. Junkie adrenaline. Adrenaline, the stronger drugs, I think. And always I have to do something with adrenaline. Kiteboarding, for example, with a really strong wind, 50, 60 knots, jumping so high with the boat, going fast.
Like that. Meters per second, 4. Miles per hour, 8.8-ish. So I don't know what you're gonna do with that information. I have no idea what I'm gonna do with that information. I'm just gonna hold on for dear life with that information. So this is our wind direction.
This is the wind direction
Okay.
today, just now. And this is the area where we can fly the kite. The name is wind window.
Wind window.
Okay, it's a three-dimensional zone, like a quarter of a sphere.
Okay.
And the size of the wind window depends the lines, the length of the lines you have on the kite, and also the power of the wind.
Control the kite is to have it in this perpendicular line always, and that way the air is just, the wind is running right through it. And this is where you have the most control, no? That's at the zenith.
Yeah.
But you're always landing and taking off from this perpendicular line.
Yeah.
And if you lose control in the 100% zone, you just let go of the bar. And then this rope will take it like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I shared all my pain and I exhaled my grief, and we walked to the ocean. I think we found peace.
Kite surfing is one of the fastest growing water sports. It's completely taken off in the past 5 years. Practiced by the young and the old, it's almost completely obliterated the once popular windsurf craze, changing the view onto Tarifa's beaches.
Your love I never could own. And you know what, I was wrong about your blood. 'Cause you weren't ever mine to take home.
Good. On the power zone, you can control the power. Yeah, you can control the power. If you have some problems, let go the bar. You have to hold my leash here.
This is not the type of sport that you learn in one day. Simon would need a couple more lessons before he's ready to take off.
Now you can get the bar. Yeah, relax your arms. Yeah, relax. Now right. Now left. You have to relax more. Yeah. Right. Left. Right. Relax more. Right now. I go slowly left a little bit. I go down a little bit. Oh, I need more power. Maybe I will down more and faster. close. Yeah. Okay, let's go. And when you feel the port of the kite start to stand up, your body, whoop, change.
Yeah.
You have to stand up, okay?
Okay.
Left a bit.
Okay.
Right down. Left now, let's stand up. That's it.
And then they will reach an agreement.
Sit here. You have to hold this rope. Never like that. Because if we falling down or wherever,
You want to be able to.
yeah, always like this, always like that, make pressure. If we are going to jump some waves, it's better to change your weight forward. Yeah, if we want to go fast, rear, yeah, but always holding the rope. Yeah. Normally, I'm the driver. When I'm going to turn right, I will touch your right. When I'm going to turn left, I'm going to touch right. This means when we turn left, 3G's power, like F1, you have to make like that. When we go right, you have to hold like that, and or you can hold the strap and all your weight just here. That is
The
all.
rhythm of the beats of the heart in your breast. The answer is the rhythm of the beat of your human heart. Your heart. Whoa, in your human heart. In your human heart. In your human heart. In your human heart.
Where did you go now, Liana?
I'm going that way.
Where exactly?
To
Go to the end. Yeah?
Isla Paloma.
That's the edge of the continent.
That's
yeah?
the edge of the continent. It's the southernmost point of Europe. And that's where we're gonna do the paddle.
The wooden boat was trying to stay afloat. The people are inside, don't know that they will die.
Gabi gives me a ride in his high-performance inflatable powerboat. Used by South African surf rescue teams, it reaches speeds of up to 90 kilometers per hour and cuts straight through the waves. Exciting stuff. And finally, we go paddle surfing, enjoying the views in calm, tranquil waters. It can be a fun, relaxing activity, apt for people of all ages, but can also be much more extreme in choppy waters.
Me in the eye that once looked at the sky. The one problem.
Because all good things must come to an end. This is it for today. Join us next week.
The squid approach and circle round the boat and catch the ones who flee, and they will never breathe again.
Not a very good song to be singing.
I'm all alone, my flesh is turned to bone. The bottom of the sea, there's no one left but me. The wooden boat was trying to stay afloat. The people are inside, don't know that they will die. You'll be alright. Look at this guy.
There's a big old dirty coal train cruising on down the hill, and no one's driving. The car goes straight to spin.